Whoa, we are back for some Bleach Soul Resonance, and we got some codes that are live in game. So 150 Jades, 3 Stamina Pills, 3 Corridor Keys in total. And if you are new or returning and you are on Global, you're going to be using these ones right here. I've already used these, so I can't claim them myself, but I did get them pretty early on in the day. And you're going to be using these ones right here if you're on anywhere else. Let's go ahead and get in game. Oh, it's messing up, one sec. And there we have it. Okay. And you're going to want to get in game and do that. But yes, aside from that, we'll take a look at just sort of an overview of the account and what we did with our rewards. We also got 10 of the limited time pull tickets right here. We've already used them, though. I used them last night, and I put them into this banner. You might be wondering, well, why did you put them into the banner? And I'm going to talk about a concept that exists in gacha, but does not quite exist in this gacha, I suppose, which is called priming. You prime banners by pulling on ones that have pity that transfers over. So in this case, I got 10 limited pull tickets from the Bleach Soul Resonance devs. We all did, right? I decided if I put them into Kenpachi's limited time rate up, then I get an extra Kenpachi weapon, which is one of the best ways to scale the character. Beyond going boundary 6, putting dupes in his weapon scales him best. And so I decided to just toss the points on there, right? Toss the pulls on there, which brings me to 27. I did not hit, obviously, the pity is at 27 out of 40, but if I would have hit, I would have been happy. If I don't hit, then I'm still 13 pulls away from grabbing Nell, right? It's a fine exchange, essentially. What I would say, though, about doing this as like a strategy, quote-unquote strategy, is there isn't a ton of reason to do it with your Jade, and there isn't a ton of reason to do it in general in this game, but I do want to bring up that in other gacha games, or some other gacha games, banners have breakpoints. Typically the gacha pity system is harder, though. Like, you might have a gacha system that takes 120 pulls to get the character, right? But so the combined pulls of both the weapon and character got you here, and you know, at pull 10 you get a few tickets back, at pull 20 you get a few more tickets back, at pull 50 you get an entire multi back, things like that, right? And pity carries over, so priming works like that in most cases, where you're sort of trying to hit these break points because they reduce the amount of overall tickets you will spend in totality, while also guaranteeing you, quote unquote, guaranteeing you the most possible chances at getting any given limited character. In this game, I see tickets as they are what they are. So if I would, with all of the Jade I've saved up, I'm now at 19,363, by the way. I've been doing bits and bobs of content. The weeklies reset, the weeklies all reset, so I've gotten all of the Jade from that since I've made my last video. Again, if you've been playing throughout the entire Kenpachi celebration, you fucking caked off, dude. You have so many pulls and resources, and if you don't, I have no idea what you've been doing. I have literally no idea what you've been doing. You could see that it's literally, I had 11,000 Jade in pure earnings yesterday before dailies and everything. I have no idea what anyone's been doing if in the time since Kenpachi has shown up they haven't earned at least 11,000 Jade. But yeah, I consider tickets as essentially being like a free 10 pull. I don't really see them as like, oh, I gotta hoard up my tickets so that I can go, like, you know, dupe 18 million on a character. I just see it as like, oh, if I get a dupe here, then cool. Like, if I get 10 pulls tomorrow, I'll probably just throw them on here because why not? Kenpachi dupe is really strong. I like Kenpachi, and if I don't hit it, I'm still at 28 out of 80 for Nell, right? It's not something I'm like, oh, you should replicate this, especially if you have problems with like saving. You know, I'm very good at just like saving and not going in on banners. So maybe having a taste of pulling is a little too tantalizing for some people, but I do think that this as a strategy, you know, essentially consuming tickets as a strategy to possibly get dupes on characters that otherwise free-to-plays do not have access to. Free-to-plays typically do not get a chance to dupe characters. I think that's pretty good. Speaking of dupes, I did a pull on this banner with our SSR, standard tickets, and I did one here and got actually this was just pitied, but I'm deciding to pick up the Yoruichi ones because I don't have a ton of reason. Like, this one isn't crazy or anything. Like, it's just special attack damage. Even when you raise it, like, it's just like more damage for him. Like, it doesn't matter. So I was like, who could I put this on and it would be like really impactful? And I'm going with Yoruichi because she's just my most duped character. I've just gotten her the most. And speaking of, I guess, I did a 10 pull on the standard banner and she came home yet again. Yoruichi loves coming home. So we now have the Tenchi Haiso. It increases the lightning seal stack limit to 8. I have noticed this come into play, though not like, oh, it's explosive. I think ultimately Yoruichi is just going to be one of those characters who's really consistent. I said it before, as I slowly gain dupes on this character and we approach someone like Soifon coming out, I could really see this character getting a major buff when Soifon comes out. Soifon ends up being the SSR strike support or tactics character. They pair her with Yoruichi because they're sort of like master and student relationship. And, then we have like two cool girlies buzzing around the strike team doing a bunch of damage, right? I could completely see it. So in sort of anticipation of possibly getting something like that, I have switched my standard stamp over to Yoruichi because Hakuda and Kido is a pretty good stamp in general. I mean, it literally gives her crit rate. Like, it's a really good stamp. I think it's one of the better stamps here. I think another stamp, if you wanted to, would be the Sojin Komamura stamp. Again, Komamura is not going anywhere for a long time. We know that at least Nelel has to run. That's 3 weeks. Grimjaw has to run. That's 3 weeks. After that, maybe Mayuri comes out and is the strike tactics character. Maybe Soifun comes out and is the strike tactics character. But you at least have like almost 2 months more of using Komamura if you like Komamura. So it's really not that big a deal. And again, standard character, the standard banner is just a standard banner. It's whatever. It seems like they're not going to update it for a while. So I've taken to just, my thoughts on these games are malleable. We don't, if I suspect that we're going to have, an updated standard banner, then I'll save all my standard tickets. But if they just show me that actually, guys, we're not going to update the standard banner for a while, they tell us that, then it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just pull them. I'm all for sort of, letting people know, hey, make sure you're not just breaking these down. And then when the information change, I go, okay, here you go. Looks like we're at number 56, which is pretty good. I did not expect this. It's been a day since, it's almost been an entire day since I've done this. So holding it 56 is not so bad. Let's it's not so bad. That is very closely related to some other players here. Overall, not like, super performances. I guess my Mayuri was pretty good though, huh? My strike team, yeah, that's not bad at all. So I guess there's our Frenzy Feast update. We can see that, once again, Yoruichi, Aizen, Yorahara coming in for the strike team. I mean, I say it all the time. One of the reasons you need to just grab some characters to fill out teams is because, hey, Kenpachi's weak to thrust. There's our thrust team. We got a slash team. Instead of using Yorahara here, we can run Yachiru here. Instead of using Aizen here, we can run Byakuya here. And then, bang, suddenly we have really strong characters to help out our much weaker strike team. That's just like, that's the math, baby. That's the math. But yeah, other than that, I think we're good for now. I haven't actually fully done these. I did this with my own character. I didn't do this with, what is it, the limiteds. So I guess I'll start doing those. I'll crack through those with the limiteds and try those out. I do need to get the rest of the rewards in general because yeah, I have first clear rewards to get. So 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. So 250 to get from this. So I'll probably be at around 19.6. That's really good. Man, this was such a bomb patch, man. This was such a bomb patch. Or I guess I should say, better yet, this was such a bomb like celebration. Considering this isn't a major celebration, it's crazy. I know it's leading into one, but I mean, 533 imaginary fragments here, and these are all gonna go into Nell. So once Nell's out, I just press this button, I go like this. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And not even counting this, and we have 16 nourishers saved up. 16 nourishers and counting. And if you're like, when it comes to like my materials as well, that's 16 nourishers, and I farmed the insights. I farmed the Tamahagane. I farmed the 83 tactical Momori. I farmed a bit of the Art of Thrust. I'll probably use more of my materials on that later. I farmed a bit of the Thrust Essence here. So 32 of the weapon rays here. Like, I'm ready to go, dude. Like, this has been a great patch. They really did it. They turned Bleach Soul Resonance into a much smoother game to operate, and it all starts with Kenpachi. Like, it all starts with Kenpachi's buff, where fixing so much of his issues, his core issues, just felt like it just kept spiraling into better and better fixes for the game. This is the fastest I've seen them get on something like this. I mean, for comparison, Dokkan Battle took 11 years, or I guess 10 years to be more fair, to fix the friend system. And that game still has a billion issues it needs to like sort out. Whereas like Bleach Soul Resonance, they have an issue. We say, hey, this is an issue. They mop it up. That's crazy. How many quarter stamps we're at? We're at 59 as of right now. And Nell will be dropping, as of me recording this video, Nell will be dropping in 4 days. So this is probably the amount we're going into that with. And I mean, that should be, given that I haven't used this, that should be more than enough. I fully suspect to knock that one out of the park, no problem. So yeah, we have, I don't know, we have a great little pocket of space to operate in when it comes to Nell. I think I don't even know what to use stamina for anymore. I've been actually using it to farm, like, kind of like Yoruichi gear, because I was like, let's build my Yoruichi a bit more. But like, I've run out of things to use stamina for because they're so generous. Like, they've completely fixed the stamina issue. But yeah, with all that being said, I've been Lone. Like if you like the video, subscribe to the club. We all go make it, and peace.